Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. Hello and welcome to the GT3 Race on Oz Endurance weekend here at the Autopolis race circuit on Gran Turismo 7. And it is great to have your company. First stream back on this channel for 2025, so very excited. We might be a little bit rusty here. We had a few audio issues leading in, but it is great to have your company with us as we have the shootout this evening. Top 5 shootout, Room 1 and Room 2 coming at you. We had the pre-qualifying yesterday, earlier in the week, and now it's down to 5 remaining. And boy, we've got an action-packed night here tonight. Viper will be first out on track, but the first person I'm going to introduce who's joined me this evening alongside me in the commentary box is Savage Duck. He's up there in Sydney. We're on the eastern seaboard and we're going off Eastern time, which makes it a hell of a lot easier. Happy New Year, Savage Duck, and welcome to the commentary box. It's great to have you along.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me along. Should be a jam-packed, interesting setup we've got here this afternoon or evening, wherever you are.
Cannot wait as we see now. Not much action out on the track, but what about some of these drivers we've got here, Duck? Viper, Distinct Jeesh, Distinct Andrew. Whatever car you put him in, he is quick. And Black Friday as well. We've got a bit of a running sheet here for this evening. I believe we've got Viper, who was P5 in the qualifying session the other evening, so he will be out on track. And then it will be Black Friday coming out on track midway through Viper's hot lap, then Distinct Andrew, and then Jeesh out on track midway through Andrew's hot lap. And Room 1 will be finished around 8:10. And then, Duck, my good man, we are going to be talking to our pole sitter, and then we're going to have a reset to do it all over again for Room 2. And we're going to see those drivers coming out on to the circuit as well. And this track, as you can see there, every one of our drivers in the pit lane getting ready for this session here. The Autopolis International Racing Course here in Japan, 30 kilometers northeast of Kumamoto, opened in 1990, and it is a fantastic circuit. 19 corners, and as you can see there, it's a very technical circuit and a difficult one to get right. 4.6 kilometers, Savage Duck, and it's not an easy one for the drivers this evening.
Challenging track. I think just Viper just called for a reset on that, so if you're able to do that. Yeah, very challenging track, and when actual racing the track is very hard to get around people, so stand by, guys. After this, it's Saturday and Sunday this weekend, going to be some serious racing. Absolutely,
cannot wait for that. We're just going to do a quick reset of the lobby, and we are going to be right back with you very, very shortly. Stay with us. Qualifying Race on Oz. It's the GT3 Endurance Series, back in just a few minutes. Welcome back. It wasn't a short, it was a very short break actually, which is good in the end. We've had our reset of the lobby and now we're waiting for the action to kick off. We were talking about that running sheet. We're going to see Viper out first to start his lap, and here he comes warming up the tyres. And very important to get those temperatures, get everything up to temperature before the start of the hot lap. We were talking about the circuit before we threw to that impromptu break there, Savage Duck. 19 corners, 4.6 kilometres. And what about the man on your screen here? And let's have a look now. You can see coming out onto the circuit. I'm wondering, Savage Duck, is it a good thing to get out there on the circuit first, or is it a disadvantage to be out there going and out onto the circuit for the first time? I don't think it's going to worry Viper too much. He's a pretty seasoned campaigner, isn't he?
That he is. Yeah, going out first, not 100% sure. I think it would be probably a disadvantage if you ask me, because everyone knows what the benchmark is, how to strive to go for it.
As you can see, out onto the circuit now on his out lap. Snorkel joining us. Good luck, lads. Great to have everyone with us as well, along with Nismo Naif for the first time in 2025. Renegade as well, subscribing at a tier 1. And fantastic to have everybody along here this evening, halfway to that sub goal. And you can see here climbing this circuit now. It used to be advertised in the very early years on the Benetton cars, I believe, the Autopolis race circuit, as branding on the Benetton cars in the early 90s. This facility opening in 1990, almost like a private racing facility, as we see now Viper starting his lap and starting the long run down to that first corner here. Plenty first corner, got the 100R, of course, turn 8. Very important one to get right, approaching turn 3. This middle part of the circuit, all leading up to the roller coaster straight. And that's one of the highlights on this track, Duck, and one you definitely need to get right as well.
That is correct. I myself, I can never get it right, but you make up a lot of time if you, as we dive, yeah, these corners here, these sweeping corners, you have to get them right. Yeah, otherwise you can lose a lot of time. Speaking of the roller coaster, we're about to hit it now.
As we come up to the roller coaster straight here at Autopolis, let's have a look as we see Viper now. Very neat, very tidy lap. He's doing very nicely indeed here, as we can see.
Gee, using every millimetre of the track here.
He is, isn't he? He's leaving nothing out there on this circuit. Here he comes. Now to a very technical part of this circuit here. 14 through 15 and 16. The second hairpin turn coming up. And that long sweeping final turn before we get on to the start-finish straight. Here he comes. RaceOnOz here at Autopolis. Big weekend coming your way, of course. Sunday, it's race day. Here he comes. A 1:45.565 for Viper. Not a bad lap at all. And he sets the benchmark early, Savage Duck. And, well, we'll wait and see. We've still got Andrew to come. I don't want to say too much when we've got Black Friday Geesh and especially Andrew to come, but that is a very nice lap of 45, mid-45s for Liam to get us off the mark here this evening.
Yep, very good start. So Black Friday, yep, he's about to start his flying lap, but that's a very good time with cold tyres, not fully up to heat.
Very nice indeed. You can see there. Here comes Black Friday now. He's on his out lap, starting his hot lap. Here he comes. Down to turn 1. Replacing Odin, of course, who became unavailable, and his first ever Ruse race here this evening. Achieved a 45.3 last time out, and that's what he's aiming for. That'll do him very nicely indeed. You can hear the tyres as well. He is on the absolute limit here, Duck. Very nice livery, of course, as well for the Nissan. Looking very nice indeed.
Pushing it to the limit. The car is He's really wrestling with this car at the moment, but still purple zones. See what happens when he gets to the top of the roller coaster.
Let's have a look. He's coming up now. Finishing this sector. 54.9 his time at the moment. As Snorkel says, go on Friday. He's right behind this man. Like we said, very exciting indeed. The RaceOnOz GT3 Japanese Endurance Series. Big sponsors on board supporting this. All the socials down there, but enough about those. We can focus on this qualifying lap. And let's have a look here. Left, right. And let's have a look here. Approaching through 15, through 16.
Almost sideways there.
Almost sideways. It's a long lap around here, isn't it? 18, 19 corners. In fact, here he comes. Very easy to get it wrong in that last sector, Duck, and completely ruin your lap. Let's have a look. It's going to be quick. It's going to be close. It's a 45.751. A couple of tenths, in fact, slower than Viper with a 45.567. And now we've got Andrew out onto the circuit. Beautiful look at the colour on that car. Stunning livery here. He's getting ready to go. And I'm not a betting man, but always difficult to bet against this man because he just can find the time, can't he, Savage Duck? Whenever he needs to, he can not only pull out a tenth or two, but he can almost find a second when he needs to, this man.
Yeah, it's time. I've never seen anyone drive anything to a razor's edge like this guy does.
He's an incredible racer, no doubt about that. He's on his outlap. I'm getting a little bit excited there because he's just getting those tyres up to temperature. Very important indeed. So we're sitting with Viper. We're at the 45.5 Black Friday. 45.7. But what can this man do? And I've seen more pole positions, Savage Duck, from this man than I've had hot dinners. Every single time, whether it's Assetto Corsa, Gran Turismo, whatever game I've seen this man on. He's a 20.339 for that first sector. Let's have a look at him.
Did it go purple?
Not sure whether we saw a purple on that sector, but we'll wait and see what he can do in Sector 2. Highly technical circuit, this one. It doesn't get any easier through the 100R there.
Yep, nice and tight. Just touching the grass, but not enough to make the tyres dirty. He is flying here in the BRZ, which has been nerfed out of oblivion. And even this guy can speed it to warp speed or ludicrous speed.
Yep, no doubt about that. He's one of the top men in this format. He just kisses that outside part of the circuit, doesn't he? But he keeps it all together. As where is this qualifying session going? For Room 1, that's for sure. It's going quick. 14, 15, 16. You know the drill by now. The second hairpin turn coming up. Very bumpy going through that part of the circuit there. Here he comes. Approaching the final part of the lap. I've got a good feeling about this particular lap, Duck, as we see him go through the final right, left, onto that start-finish straight. A 45 flat, 5/10 of a second, half a second in fact, better than a Viper. And boy, once again, $1 for every time I've seen this man just come out and, like we said, not only find a tenth or two, he's found half a second on that lap.
Yep, very good drive there by Andrew.
Unbelievable stuff as we go straight across to Distinct Geesh now. Out onto the circuit there. He's
could well be. This guy here, he's no slouch either. Represented represented Australia, but he only just came back from, Amsterdam? Doing the GT league.
Yes, fantastic stuff there, Distinct Geesh. And the cream of the crop, that's for sure. 2024 GT7 and GT Cup World finalist, of course. in Amsterdam, Savage Duck. That's what we were referring to for everyone watching at home. And also, Duck, Ruse Season 10 Div 1 champion, if you don't mind. And he goes quickest in the first sector. Not by much, but he's quickest.
Yeah, absolute lightning here. We are watching some quality drivers at the moment.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Prima GTRs, who's followed the channel Black Friday as well, following the channel, and yesterday GT7. And goodness gracious, says Viper, these BRZ boys are fast, and there's no arguments there. Distinct Andrew going half a second quicker than yours truly, the great man Viper. And yes. And
subscribed for 24
thank you
months.
to
I see you, you see me.
thank you very much to Chuck Norris, who's out there celebrating his birthday today, of course. Cameron Norris, the big 3-0 today. Happy birthday to the Prince as we take a look at this lap. My goodness, Savage Duck, nothing being left on the table here on this lap. In fact, he's taking the kitchen sink with him through this final sector.
Out in the grass, but he should be fine. There's no marbles to deal with now. So this will be telling. If he's 140 out of the corner, he will get pole.
Here we go. Let's have a look through the final corners. He comes on and a 54. What am I talking about? A 45.2, which is quick, but it is not quick enough. And that sees Distinct Andrew with a 45.026, our fastest man for Room 1. And you can see there, not much of a qualifier, but the longer the race, the better I go normally, says Black Friday. Good gracious, everyone, bring on tomorrow. And there we go. Hopefully some good racing here tonight. The birthday boy, the big 3-0 today, like we mentioned. Frank Walker from National Tiles for his friend Molly, who's on we're on speaker in the lounge room. That's fantastic. But well done, Andrew Savage. Where do we begin to talk about that lap?
Yeah, well, that was something special out of the books there. After seeing what the BRZs have copped in the Nerf department, that is something out of the box.
Absolutely. Andrew Geesh, Viper, Black Friday there, as you can see. Let's have a look here at we're just going to quickly have a short break. In fact, we'll be right back with everyone very, very shortly. Thank you, Snorky. Thank you to everyone for watching us here tonight. And like I said, the birthday boy, Chuck Norris. Have a great night, and there will be some solid racing indeed. Thank you, Chuck, and everyone out there watching. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back very, very shortly. Don't forget, plenty more action coming your way in just a few moments. Stay with us. Welcome back. We are back. We've reset for room 2, but we're not going to let our pole position man from room 1 go anywhere before he has a chat with us. We got you there. Distinct, how are you, mate? And let me tell you, once again, Andrew, you have absolutely killed it with that lap. P1.
Yeah, thanks, mate. That was pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, nothing majorly went wrong. There's a few tiny little mistakes. I mean, I think there was from Jish as well, to be frank. We both could have probably gone a tiny bit quicker, but as we were saying to each other beforehand as well, we got a long race, you know, coming up 75 laps, I think it is, or something. So even if that didn't work then, for whatever reason, plenty of time to make something happen during the race. And it seems like quite a lot of the cars are quite close, actually, so Viper's done a pretty good job there. And yeah, it'll be interesting with certain people with certain strengths and weaknesses, obviously in themselves and in their respective vehicles. It should make for quite an interesting race, hopefully.
Absolutely, and preparation for the big one on Sunday, of course. Nothing new to you, of course, but what's the preparation like leading into Sunday? Obviously, the pace is looking good, but like you said, the longer races, it can be a different story, but how's things preparing for Sunday?
I think everything's set and ready, to be honest. We've done a decent chunk of running in the dry with race settings, and the car feels quite nice. I think both myself and Jish are quite happy with what we've got, so we'll crack on Sunday and see what we got. Obviously, being an Autopolis, weather could play a part. I mean, all of us know for a fact, particularly on this game, that the weather can pop up at a moment's notice and completely turn a race on its head. You can ask Viper what I'm referencing if he hasn't told you already, but yeah, hopefully we can get a dry race. But if the weather decides to play a part, well, that might shake things up. Obviously, certain cars are quite good in the wet, and others are a little bit behind. But with the fact that Viper's balanced everything out pretty well, to be honest, that might bring some of those underperforming cars in difficult situations perhaps a bit closer, and you know, it might make some people a bit more comfortable a bit quicker, but the opposite might be true for certain others. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I think we're sitting in a good spot regardless of what the weather does. So we'll crack on Sunday and see what we can do.
Absolutely, mate. We do appreciate Saturday, by the way, for you boys. You might not feel like coming back to do it all over again Sunday. You might, but Saturday, of course, the big one. Yeah. But we do appreciate you joining us, mate, and all the best as we see a car getting very sideways there coming out of that corner. But thanks for joining us, Andrew. Best of luck for the weekend.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Great stuff. Distinct Andrew, absolutely incredible driver, that man, and kind enough to join us. Never easy, Savage Duck, to just set a lap time like that and come out and start talking to us in the commentary box. It's never easy.
Never easy. There's times when you know you're up against the quality of drivers you got here. I think he's just such a relaxed person in life. Relaxed driver, as you can see how he handled that car.
As we take a look now at the cars out onto the circuit. As I do apologise here, we've got one car out on the circuit, Savage. Now what's happening here? We've only got a couple of cars out here at the moment for room 2. As what's happening here? We've just got the Toyota out there at the moment. Dynamite's there as well, with Tank R7286.
I think I've got one guy here in Discord. He's trying to get in. He just sent you a friend request so he can jump in.
It's all right. We might, I think, of course, friends only. Yep.
Yep. Technical difficulties. Might be a bit of an issue.
Yep. We'll be back very shortly. So I need to make these guys friends so they can jump in to actually get qualifying underway. We'll be back very, very shortly. Stay with us. Welcome back. We have fixed those very minor technical issues and we are back now with some on-track action. As you can see now, Savage Duck, it's a little bit rusty the first stream for 2025, but we're back. We've accepted friend requests and now we're seeing some on-track action again.
Always just shake out some cobwebs out of the system, that's all we need to do. I'm sure as time goes on, we'll be like riding a bike, we'll be fine.
Absolutely, but the one thing about riding a bike is you can always fall off, but not sure what I was thinking going with that. But look at these cars. There's one Nissan, there's a Toyota in there as well. And these guys are just wandering around the circuit here as we take a look at what is going on here. Of course, we've had the room reset for room 2. And Dynamite will be on track. We've got a bit of a running sheet here before we close qualifying. And they're just having a bit of a practice run, I think, are they, Savage, before we get everyone into the session for room 2 to begin their qualifying?
Yeah, I think the boss in the room, who's actually in the room with us now, has given them to 8:30 to do whatever they want. Then we'll kick off.
So we're just freestyling at the moment, aren't we, Savage, until we wait for them. But we do have the boss here with us, Viper. We saw him out on circuit a few minutes ago and talking about issues when the boss is in the room. I don't know what he's going to think about that, but we do have Liam, who has joined us in the commentary box and will be joining me on Sunday for the big race. And Viper, a very nice lap from you as well, but not quite quick enough, but we won't say that too loud. But a 45.5 in the end. Talk us through your qualifying session. Hello and welcome. Happy New Year too, although we're a week into 2025 already.
Hey Trevor, hey Duck, great to be chatting to you guys once again. Thank you and Happy New Year to you guys and everyone following along. Tell you what, when you introduced me as the boss, I had to look around. I thought maybe Wilco had joined the lobby, but no, pretty happy with that one, to be honest. 45.5, I more or less matched what I did in qualifying, which is annoying actually. The Evo got a little bit of beneficial BOP help, So I think there was a little more in the tank, just a bit of a problem between the wheel and the driver's seat, to be honest.
Absolutely, and I think I label a few. I call a few the boss, but we're just having a little bit of freestyle at the moment, aren't we, Viper? Before we get this room 2 underway. Oh, that's not the ideal line through that corner. Let me tell you, as we try and get off the grass there and back on to the circuit. We are missing one, I believe, Viper, for this room 2 qualifying session here this evening.
Yeah, you've got that right, unfortunately. Mr. BKXI in the BRZ won't be attending tonight. He put it second place, would have been on the front row had he nailed it. But yeah, not available tonight. He's got a job to work and some bills to be paid, so we're not going to judge him for that. And as we see Dynamite heading up through this middle sector here, I think the end of our freestyle session has come. If we just want to get this room, that single reset done, and then I think we are good to cook for the shootout.
Absolutely, and we'll get this a reset, and we'll get ready to get underway in this second session. RaceOnOz GT3 Endurance Series. It's coming to you live and exclusive. Great to have your company. We'll be back in just a few moments. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've reset, and before you know it, I might get this Gran Turismo thing sorted out. But we have reset. The man alongside me is Savage Duck and Viper as well. We did see Viper out on the circuit earlier this evening. RaceOnOz Autopolis 350, if I can say that correctly. 300, that's right, and 50 kilometers. 76 laps around this circuit, and we are getting ready to get underway. In fact, we're more than getting ready to get underway. We are getting underway as we see the first car out onto the circuit here. Extended warranty out onto the circuit, Savage Duck, and the time for waiting is over. We are into the second part of qualifying here this evening. Indeed, and we've got a few good guys here this evening. Let me tell you about that. As you can see here, just on the outlap, he is pushing, isn't he? Despite it just being an outlap, as we come through, beautiful circuit this one, and have a shot of vodka every time I say how beautiful this track is, but it is. And the Autopolis International Racing Course here on Gran Turismo, and opened in 1990, hosting a range of domestic and international motorsport events through the year, but this is the most important event happening at this circuit right now at this point of history. And this part of the circuit, very, very tricky. 12, 13, 14, 15. And you get all the fast-flowing stuff right, Savage, but you can throw it all away through this part, this final part of the circuit. Never easy around here, but warranty is looking the goods here at the moment.
Yeah, doing very well on this car. I have practiced in this car, in this particular part of the track. Like I said, very awkward, and this car being so light, it just wants to send you sideways into the car.
Absolutely, almost as awkward as me at Christmas lunch, you know, with those family members you don't see very often. But we're done with Christmas and New Year's, and that's all finished. Time to get into this lap through turn 1, the long run onto the start finish, straight through turns 1, 2. Little kink there at turn 2 as we head down to the first or second real braking zone of this circuit here. Extended warranty looking good at the moment. Let's see as he continues now through the first hairpin turn.
Yeah, it's all about keeping stable now. See how well this guy's doing.
Stable indeed. That's the big part of it here. Race on Oz, this endurance series. Qualifying, very exciting of course, but it all kicks Saturday and Sunday. The big races, don't you worry about that. Down hard braking zone here at turn 10, a 55 in that middle sector, middle part of the lap here. The sun setting, that could be an issue for some of these drivers. Late-ish in the evening. Well, didn't like the look of that. A little bit out of shape there. How much is that going to cost him through the final sector and through the end part of this lap? We shall see. 14, 15, 16 now. Climbing the hill there. He's holding it quite well. We'll wait and see how much that's affected him. That slight moment there in the middle part of the lap. Through the final corner now. 17, 18, and this lap, anyway, is done and dusted. What's it going to be? A 47.4. And unfortunately, Savage Duck, he'll be looking for an even longer extension on that warranty because that's not filling me with confidence, that particular lap.
No, not with the quality that's coming out. I've raced against Dynamite a few times and he's touched me up, I think, every single time. So, yeah, we've got exactly what you've just said. We've got the best lap of that. Here we are with Dynamite as he's about to start his flying lap.
Let's have a look here. Dynamite, just getting everything up to temperature here. As you can see there, once again, the 47.4. It's a lap time on the board, if nothing else, despite that moment in the middle there. Dynamite using every bit of the track there, coming on to the start-finish straight. In fact, his outlap must have 46.4, which is not too bad in any event. But we come down to turn 1 now, into that braking zone. In the beautiful Toyota here, and what are we expecting from this lap, Savage? You've had your moments with Dynamite, of course, as you mentioned, before the start of this lap, but he's looking like he's hooking it up so far through the first part of the lap.
He's definitely a driver of character, and it will show with his driving sometimes. But he's pushing it right to the limit. He knows what's up for grabs here.
And famously, this man did a shoey of Pepsi Max, can you believe, after his first sim racing win, as he sets a 55.678. So he's a character, that's for sure. Qualified P4 with a 46.306, only a tenth quicker than his outlap time as we come through down the hill there, through this final part of the lap, through the third and final sector here. And it could be a bit of lag, but this car, it's looking fairly solid. It's just getting a little bit sideways on the screen I'm looking at, but still, it's looking very nice indeed. Through the final couple of corners here.
Keep it off the rumble strips there and get the car well out of shape. A bit there when you go under the googly eyes, but he's doing well.
He's not taking any chances here indeed. Let's see what this is going to be as he comes across the line. A 46.906, and that's roughly 5/10 quicker than extended warranty, a 46.9. So a little bit slower, in fact a hell of a lot slower. A 46.3 the other evening. He's back into the pits now, and well, at the moment he's still sitting on provisional pole position, Savage, and that's all you need to do so far.
This is true, but this is a driver that can pull anything from out of anywhere. Our youngest driver here at Bruce, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I'm sure that we'll get Viper to confirm that. But what about this man out onto the circuit? And I never get these names right, but we'll go with Tank. Is that close? R7286, he's getting ready to go here to start his lap. And then it's only RB to go after that. And that's going to be a wrap on this qualifying night. But we are live across the weekend, of course, as he's getting those tyres. How important is it, Savage, to get those tyres up to the optimum temperature before you start your hot lap? You do not want to go into the lap with cold tyres at all, starting off your hot run.
Yeah, I've only got one chance to get it right, so get him up to temperature straight away. And you are correct. We pronounce his name as Tank. He will respond to that.
Excellent. So he will approach you. If he gets lost out there, he does respond to that name. So just keep that in mind. But here we go on to this lap. 0.3 of a second, Duck. There with a 20.095 first sector. This man is setting this Autopolis track here alight so far in Sector 1.
Yeah, I don't know if I could call him a man, like he's not a big grandchild. He's 13. Call him a lad, but he is very swift.
Well, he's very, very quick. I know that much. And don't need to give away your age there. But look at this, Savage. He's 7/10 up here. And Tank, a man who's not even old enough to be on his L plates, is absolutely dominating here. And down the roller coaster he comes. Oh my goodness me. He is leaving nothing on the table. Maybe it's that Lewis Hamilton helmet or something, Savage. I think he's wearing a bit of a tribute there. Is that a Lewis Hamilton helmet? Well, anyway, the colours are quite similar, but he is absolutely on it here. A slight moment, though, there as he comes towards the end of the lap. But still, it's looking good here through the final corner.
Definitely. This will be a good time.
Let's have a look. Let's see just how good it's going to be. Savage Duck is alongside me. And we've got Liam in the house. 46.217. Somebody get out and hose that man down, because that is an incredible time. Sounds a little bit weird, doesn't it? But a 46.217. What I'm trying to say, Savage, that this man is very quick now, as we see RB out in the Nissan Tank. Has gone to the top of the timing sheets. 46.217 in this session.
Yeah, that's up there with the what we call the aliens of the Ruse crew. That's good pace there from the young fella.
Absolutely. And the Twilight Zone there, that's where he is, 46.217. What do we know about Mr. RB in that Nissan? Beautiful looking livery as well there, but RB, who will be racing, of course, on January 12th, on the Sunday, I should say. And you can see they're trying to get a bit of background on this one. I do have a Season 8 Division 3 champion alongside me. I know that much, but big shout out to our man Viper for providing a wonderful set of details. It's a great luxury to have, isn't it, Savage, to have this sort of information at our fingertips, which you don't always get in the world of sim racing commentary, or any commentary for that matter. You really left to fend for yourself, Duck, but enough about that, because we are already onto our lap, and this is a very, very interesting first sector. They're not quite as quick as Tank, but a 20.1 through that first sector for Arby.
Yep, still decent pace. Yeah, going well. Man, you referring to all this information. Viper, we have to thank a lot for actually setting all this up. It's work on the boss.
Absolutely. I call a few people the boss, but I mean that in the nicest possible way. Boss meaning respect, and running the show here. But let's have a look at this, though. Back to this lap, Trevor. Let's have a talk about that then, if you don't mind. Roller coaster straight. Down the hill we go. Let's have a look here. He's looking at a 146.217. Very nice looking livery there. Reminds me of something. Is it the BAR cars, the F1 cars from the from '99, I think it was, with that split livery there on the front. Very similar to that, but 15-16. Talk about giving your age away. Oh, shut up, Grandpa. But underneath the googly Japanese eyes. And what are we thinking here, Savage? It looks okay, but it's not just getting me excited enough. But we shall see here through the final corner.
Let the timesheet do the talking.
46.581. Not quite quick enough, which means that our man Tank, the young man, with a 46.217, and he's doing that, and he's not even on his L plates. Imagine what he could do in years to come. And we are missing, was it BK? We are missing as well from this session, unfortunately, due to work commitments. But Savage, I think that's our job done here this evening. That's right. We can sign off here after an incredible session for this Race on Oz GT3 Endurance Series qualifying night.
Yeah, a nervous one for me. First time in the seat next to you. Been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Big shout out to everyone, of course, supporting the stream. Voodoo, happy birthday to you again. He jumped on and he's subscribed at a tier 1. Isa Renegade as well, subbing at a tier 1. We've just had the followers streaming in as well, so that's been fantastic. But Liam, if we still have you, Viper, as he's known amongst his friends, what are your thoughts? Happy with your own performance? In fact, no, actually, hang on a second. Sorry, that was rude of me. Yes, we do. I was setting you up there, Viper, to have a chat with us, but we're just going to wait and chat with our pole position man. And is he old enough to have a Discord account, Savage? I'm not too sure how it's...
We're not going to be that critical on him.
No, we'll let him have that.
He's got one because we're talking to him in his own, in our own Discord, so he'll be here in a minute for sure.
Yep, no doubt about that. But wow, so there you have it. Qualifying done and dusted. And oh, hello there. There's the entrance to the pit lane. And
That's going to be a highlight, I think, a few times. That is a killer, that entry.
it's
Outgo right there, yeah.
he's going to be sore there, that's for sure. But we see the pit crew working on that car. We're going to try and get him in. If we've got you there, Viper, we'll try and do our best to get our pole position man for room 2 into the chat. As we take a look at the pit crew, not doing a great deal of work there, but Sunday is fast approaching. So is Saturday, in fact. One more sleep, 2 more sleeps for the race on Sunday. But we've got a big weekend coming up, Savage Duck. And please explain to the viewers at home how they can watch this stuff, this Gran Turismo 7 Race on Oz Autopolis 350, please.
Just put me on the spot, mate. Well, tomorrow is the Room 1 race, and I'll be hosting it on YouTube. We'll just look up Savage Duck backmarkers. You should be able to find tomorrow's race, and I'll be chairing it with another guy who's actually having a crack at commentating as well, and he's the one that does all the graphics for the race as well. So hopefully everyone will give him more welcome to Halfpipe. He's done a lot of work to getting this sorted, just as Viper has done himself. It looks like Tank's in the waiting room for us.
Yes, and we're hearing that we're hearing that they can't hear you on the stream, Duck, which is strange.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because you're coming through on my little audio mixer here. But anyway, we're getting that sorted. Thank you, Dynamite. And I believe that we've got someone else to talk to here at the moment. I can't seem to get him, our pole position man, out of the waiting room and into the commentary box, Savage. But we might try one more time. Here he is. We have him here at the moment. Tank, have you got us? If you can unmute yourself, that'd be fantastic. Our pole position man for room 2. Come in, over. Well, he's in here, Savage, but he doesn't want to talk to us at the moment, the young man. It's probably past his bedtime.
He might have to change himself to push to talk.
Absolutely. Boy, how well are we travelling here as all of this whilst the boss is in the He's still in the commentary box. Anyway, but look, I'm sure that we will chat to him very, very shortly there as we're looking at RB there with his very enthusiastic pit crew. Visible damage on there. No wonder he clouded the pit lane entry there at a couple of 100 clicks. And that's not going to do the front end of his car any good at all. What are they doing there, Savage? They're just looking at the car and not really doing an awful lot there, are they, to the front of that car? But the session's over. The boys have thought, you know what? That's the end of... we might take a look at extended warranty coming out onto the circuit for a bit of fun. Why not? But we're waiting to chat with our man who was in pole position. Tank, we're going to give him a couple of seconds here, Savage, and we might have to cut him loose, I think, if we don't hear from him.
Yeah, most definitely.
So,
yeah, sorry, I'm just concentrating on a few other things as well. There's a bit of audio problems we will probably have to work on.
That's all right. We'll get it sorted for Sunday. But, well, we can hear from our pole position man now. We could do a little impression of him. I'm not sure how he sounds, but I'm sure he's very, very happy. And Tank, give us a few thoughts on that lap, if you don't mind, please, whilst you get your in pole position for Sunday, of course, as someone's... my dog is barking there. It's anyway, but Tank, if you've got us there, mate, talk us through that fantastic lap to get you into pole position.
Thanks, Trevor. Thanks, Savage Duck. Yeah, no, look, it was really good. Yeah, 46.2. Coming into tonight, it was not quite. I wasn't sure what to expect, but yeah, I haven't really, not really old enough to drive a real car, but yeah, no, it's great, and really looking forward to the race on Sunday.
He's with us now, Trevor.
And yes, sorry about that. We've got him on the line now. This is the real pole position man. Have you got us there?
Very good luck. I'm very happy. I was very nervous throughout the entire lap, but I managed to get it right.
Fantastic stuff there. I'm not too sure how much you heard coming in there. We do apologise for that. But how are you feeling before the big one on Sunday? Youngest pole sitter in RaceOnOz history. I'm sure we'll get Viper to confirm that. But how are you feeling before the big race on Sunday?
Very excited and nervous, but I hope I don't stuff it up. Sign of them.
And thank you very much. Well, all the best. Fantastic lap there, 46.2 on pole position. We'll catch you on Sunday for the big one, the big race, of course, kicking off at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Great stuff there. And Savage, our pole position man, joining us. And he sounded even younger than how I was trying to talk like him. So how fantastic is that? He's taken P1 there in our Room 2 session.
Yep, we're not discriminative of any people around here. We'll take anyone into a race with us here at Ruse. We are welcoming people.
Great stuff. All inclusive. That's what it's all about in 2025. And don't forget, RaceOnOz GT3 Endurance Series, the Autopolis 350. That is a wrap of the qualifying night. Boy, thank goodness we have just been on the air. We're still on the air for the time being, but that's a wrap of qualifying. Thank you, Savage. You'll be hosting the race, of course, as well over on your channel. If you're out there lurking, and I know you are, consider following the stream. We'd love to have you as part of the community. Savage, big shout out.
Sorry about that, kid boys, Trev. I forgot to mention that you're streaming Sunday. You're streaming the race that I'll be failing in. So back to this channel at 2:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time, the one you're watching right now, and watch the Room 2 guys and watch Tank probably win the race on us.
Absolutely, and quick plug for your channel as well, mate, so we can see that action, of course, over the weekend on Saturday, I believe.
Yep. Look on YouTube, Savage Duck back markers. Average at best, but we'll see some special drivers make my stream look so much better than what it really has been of late.
Great stuff. Well, we look forward to that. Thank you, Savage. I'm not sure whether we've got Viper still with us in the room, but thank you, Liam, of course, for everything that goes into putting this on behind the scenes, mate. We do appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome, Trevor. I just want to thank you guys for covering Shootout Night for us. This is, I mean, every time we have one of these community events with the Enduros, we always put on the shootouts. And just from feedback from the community, this is by far one of the most popular events that we have here. Just in Oceania GT, the community really rallies around the shootouts. And all the leagues get involved. We have people from RaceOnOz tonight, Straight to Track, Adrenaline GT, Track Stars. Everybody really comes together to make this happen. And it's always just so cool to see the results of that.
Great work. Thank you to you, Liam, of course, aka Viper. Thank you, Savage Duck. Thank you, everybody, for watching here this evening. We'll be live, of course, across the weekend. Savage Duck, search him up on YouTube and this channel as well. Please follow if you haven't already to both channels, or subscribe to Savage Duck on YouTube. Have a great night. Enjoy your Friday evening, and we'll see you over the weekend for the RaceOnOz GT3 Endurance Autopolis 350 on Gran Turismo 7. There's all of our sponsors and partners along the bottom. Don't forget RaceOnOz on X, Discord as well, and Facebook. RaceOnOz, type that in if you want to join part of the community. We'd love to have you along. Be kind to one another, and we'll see you next time around. Bye for now.